Good morning, sports card Wild West marketplace friends, collectors, venture hobbyists, haters, anybody who's checking in. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is Friday. It is Friday, 8/13/21. What a great day. What a great day. I'm at the beach doing a little vacation time, so it's not really a work day. I do have a few work things I'd keep my eyes on, but really excited to be here this morning. Really excited to have everybody out there. If anybody's out there, give me a mic check because again, I'm on different network and using this thing instead of I normally just speak to the laptop. So hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Got a lot to talk about this morning. We're going to talk about some videos I watched yesterday, some things going on in the hobby. We'll take a quick glimpse at the news and we'll take a glimpse at kind of what's happening in the market. Good morning, Card Currency. Great to see you. Thank you for being here, man. I will come back. I have some time this morning, so I'll be open for Q&A and love to answer some questions for people. So let's go ahead and kick this thing off. We'll jump into some content here and we'll pop back out in just a moment. So share screen, boom. So I normally start every morning with Sports Collectors Daily. Great channel. Great website. And it's funny too. It's kind of like the news source in the hobby. I know a lot of other creators actually reference this as well. And they use it and talk about the articles and the stories that are coming on here. Nothing brand new that stuck out to me today that really caught my attention. I will say I did see the story down here about the passing of Les Woodcock. I didn't know the man, but I absolutely respect him. And I've seen some of his writings and stuff like that. And I understand his impact on the hobby. So I definitely, my thoughts go out to him, his family, I guess, and his friends and other people in the hobby. I'm going to also quickly make a note. I hope everybody's staying healthy. I know we're coming up. It's been about 2 weeks since people have been in the national. So I hope you're all feeling strong. I know there are people who did get sick or picked up COVID. Maybe it was national or not, but I hope everybody's staying healthy. I think health is something we often take for granted. Definitely when we were younger, we take our health a lot more for granted. As we get older, we start to realize how important that health is. So stay healthy out there, everybody. Also want to bring you over to that other resource that I'm now using in the mornings. That's the Daily Hobby. Again, really kudos, guys. Really love what you guys are doing over here. Keep this in. Hobby headlines, no fluff. There's no editorials. There's no Ziggy on here. It's just pure links to what's going on in the hobby. The Field of Dreams, Project 70, I thought was an interesting one. Tracy McGrady created his own card app. That's actually a few weeks old. Some other cool stories in here. Know Your Sports. There's some sports links, which I think is great as well. They sometimes have a video down here. Yeah, they have a video here with Ken Golden, Pardon My Take, which I thought was an interesting video. Check this out. And you'll even hear the commentator talking about how you guys are getting grilled for the way you're treating these cards. Like they just were, I don't know, they weren't taking care of the cards to what I think a collector would want to see. So it was interesting. It's fun to watch. And you can see no Kobe was pulled. You don't have to waste the full 2 hours. They pulled some other things, but no Kobe. Which reminds me, Mojo Breaks did pull a Kobe, which was absolutely gorgeous. And a PSA 9, by the way. So the Mojo Breaks guys at the National open a brand new box. They pull a Kobe Fractor. I think it was a Kobe Refractor. Not Kobe. LeBron Refractor. It was a LeBron. And they were able to get graded. And they graded a PSA 9. Ouch. It's still a great card. Let's not lie. Zion Logo Man has breaker shaking. What is this? Oh, okay. That's the Spectra Logo Man. I'm still waiting for the NT Logo Man. Anybody know where the NT Logo Man is? I haven't seen him. He's hiding there somewhere. What was this article? Baseball card, plasters, truck. I thought this was pretty cool. You hear about this. It's funny. I'll tell you. I live in a cabin, and I'm thinking about plastering baseball cards on my hallway, just putting them up on my hallway. I'm trying to think of how I can get them to stick up there. Someone suggested wallpaper glue. I don't know if that'd work. I don't want to mess with the wall and have to redo the entire wall, but I'm thinking about that. I like this idea. I love cards. I got a whole bunch of cards. I think that'd be fun. If I had an old car or truck, I think it'd be fun too. But I love that. Love the hobby. Love what we're seeing there. So pop out of that one. Talk a little bit what's going on. Let's take a quick snapshot of the market. Again, just looking at a few of the cards that I follow. I don't own these cards. I own maybe a few of them in full disclosure. I thought, you see the correction there. I think this showed earlier, like this card is almost equal in price. This makes more sense. The raw optic is $550. The raw silver is $900. That still blows my mind, man. I remember selling those cards back in the day for, I think, $10, $25, $50 a piece. I probably had, I don't know, 10 to 20 of them at one point. And again, this is 2017. It's a base rookie card. I know it's a silver, but to the world, it was considered a base rookie card. And like, really, $50? I got 5 more. Just wasn't something I ever would have thought about keeping or grading. Same thing with my Giannis. Giannis Prism cards, sold those. I remember getting $100 for it, $150 for it. Like, man, this is awesome. Hey, it is what it is. No regrets, and happy that someone else ended up making more money. So that's great. That's really good for me and good for the other person. Let's go ahead. I want to jump into some more controversial content. I don't want to go too long, too deep on this because I do want to keep this show fun and a little exciting, a little more positive on a Friday morning. I will say I will be putting together a video probably on Sunday as requested by Chris here. First of all, let me applaud Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you very, very much. You are a gentleman, and I respect the fact that you immediately went straight to this at the beginning and brought this question to Chris's attention. I can't thank you enough. And let me say, I absolutely love this video. This video is awesome because to me, so here's my takes of this. And I encourage you guys to watch this yourself, but here's my takes. I don't want to go too deep. Chris has asked about the how to collect class. He's asked about the newsletter. He's asked about, conflicts. He's asked about the hypocrisy. His response is, what I'll say is, look, Chris, if you honestly didn't know about this question until the question was asked, then shame on you. But I don't believe that because you're a very intelligent person. You're very smart. I know either you saw that I posted this or you know that someone else said, hey, do you see what Ziggy posted? So you're aware. Now, if you were too lazy to go to how to collect cards and investigate, because you make a lot of claims here, right? Carlos brings up the fact that you do have an endorsing video. And you're like, you make some comment like, oh, I don't recall, or your response is, I have been a big fan of Josh, and I definitely endorse Josh. He's my best friend and my business partner. I'm like, hey, I'm not questioning that, but what I'm pointing out is your endorsement is used so that you're endorsing the class and you're endorsing the program, which includes the newsletter. That's the way I read it. Like if you go to How to Collect Cards, your little endorsement of Josh is, in my opinion, an endorsement of the How to Collect and the newsletter. Now, you say when asked that you do think it's problematic. There's a path to unethicalism when people are selling picks. Dude, that is all I want to hear you say. That's all I want you to say. Thank you, Chris, because that's what I want to hear you say. You and I agree. We believe there's an unethical gray line when you're selling picks, right? Regardless of your, but people do that. And we have a data tool, I think it's a little more shady, right? Which you get to in a second. Now, you make a comment, you basically accuse me of being wrong. I think the word you use, you like these big, I think you like exaggerated or misrepresented. When I make the reference about books, because he says, well, I believe Josh made a book and it was an encyclopedia and he gave it away for free. No. Go look again. If you go to How to Collect Cards, dude, there's 4 freaking books on there and none of them are encyclopedias and they all have a cash value. Now they're all free when you get the class. But again, I am correct because I went to the website and I looked at it. There's 4 books, not 1, 4. Josh, that's 4. Okay. So again, either you're too lazy to do that or you're full of, okay. Then when you're asked about the newsletter, and I will say, Carlos, I respect the fact that you guys basically deflected these as well. These are more Josh questions. Well, I know you can't answer that because Josh is, because you're asked about the newsletter and you say, I was unaware that there's a newsletter. Again, you're on the freaking page, man. Read the page at the bottom, newsletter, sign up today, $15. It's the same page. Okay. So again, I just think to myself, here's my other point to this. Here's another thing. Carlos and Chris point out, well, Josh made a video about 2 years ago on his class, on his Cardboard Chronicles page. I know. I'm aware of that. And then a year and a half later, 6 months later, he starts Card Ladder with you. Okay. And then within months later, he starts attacking people who sell picks. And Chris and Josh, if you go back to July 23rd in your crossover video, that is when you say, hey, what should we be buying at the National? Well, we could buy what everybody suggests in the top 5 picks, or maybe what Sports Card Invest is telling us to buy. And you jokingly make fun of those people. And my question is, hey, what were Josh's picks for the National? What was he recommending his newsletter people buy? Because that's the hypocrisy and the lack of transparency. You helped me win this battle, man. Thank you very much, Chris. Lastly, if you honestly do not know that your business partner is doing what he's doing and you're going to play this, I didn't know that, I'm going to say to you then, first of all, I call cap on that. I think it's BS. I think you know. And second of all, I think it's in your best interest to challenge him on it and say, Josh, why are you doing this? It's like if I went in business with a guy and then I found out later on that he was selling, I don't want to use the wrong analogy, but if I found out something's questionable and something a business partner was doing that him and I are then talking about other people, then he's doing the same thing, I would call him out and say, hey, man, you're going to make us both look bad. Why would you do this? And my argument to this is the reason Josh still has this website active is because he still is collecting income. Okay. That's the only logical explanation why he would still have the website up. the end of this video, Chris makes this comment about the author, and the author's point of this, and I don't know, I wonder what his intent is. And I am all for, being a question. Well, first of all, Chris, you know who I am. You and I used to be friends. We used to message each other. So you can call me Ziggy. You can call me Mike. You can call me A-hole, whatever you want to call me, but don't pretend like you don't know who I am. Okay. And then questioning about, I always question the intent. I do too. I always question the intent. I'm very much about that, but I don't block people when they challenge me. And Chris, you are again a hypocrite because you blocked me on every piece of media you have. I cannot comment on your card ladder videos. I cannot comment on your sports card investor or sports card culture videos. I cannot comment on your House of Jordan videos. You've blocked me on every platform so that you don't have to hear criticism. That is hypocrisy. When you sit there with your big freaking bobblehead and go, oh, I'm okay with people asking questions, you are a liar. And this is, again, something I think people should know. Chris is a liar. He's not an honest person. He's untrustworthy. And that is why I would never use card ladder. Those are the reasons I wouldn't use card ladder. We talked about alt yesterday. Alt is shady. I would never want to use alt or recommend alt. When companies and people do these things, we need to punish them. We need to take away our vote and our dollar. Lastly, Chris makes a comment about, well, I hope this author is going to be due diligent and keep everyone the same astute level. Because what he's trying to get to, he's trying to say that I'm a Market Movers fan and I won't call Market Movers out or Jeff. Dude, I will call them out. I've said that to other people. Show me what Jeff is doing wrong, and I'll be the first one to personally call him. And secondly, write a video about it, okay? Because I do want corrective, positive behavior in the hobby. So don't call that out. And I'll make a video on this. I know Jeff used to sell picks. He has ended that. He verbally and publicly stated that in his dinner at Dr. Beckett, that he felt a responsibility to not do that, to not enable people to use his picks for good, bad, whatever it might be. He said that verbally. Chris and Josh sat in the room and said nothing. Hypocrites. Okay, so again, I will make a video following this up. As far as I know, Slab Stocks does not sell picks. I could be wrong. Okay, I know they've had newsletters and they give recommendations, but I don't think they sell picks. And I don't think if their data tool is really inspiring or influencing people. They're just giving you access to a GUI that's pulling eBay. Card Hedge is the other one. I don't know if Card Hedge giving any picks. If they do, please let me know. If any of these platforms are selling picks, let me know, right? Please, I will be the first to call them out. My motives have always been, I say it all the time, my motives is I want the hobby to be a place, and I want there to be corrective behavior, and I am acting as a watchdog to call out anything that I see that's questionable. And Chris, you are very questionable. So I'm going to leave it at that. Again, thank you very much, Chris, because you again said to me, I think it's wrong and unethical for somebody to be selling picks, but again, your business partner is doing it. Carlos, I love the fact you did this. I'm going to assume the fact that you'll never see Josh on your show because he would never have the balls to come on your show and answer that question. And I'll point out lastly, Jeremy Lee, you continue to protect these guys from questions. You refuse to ask these questions. And that puts you in the same boat there as an enabling somebody who's doing wrong in the hobby. And you also have been an affiliate. I didn't see any recent affiliates, but you have been in the past. So you receive funding or have received funding from Card Ladder. So that again is a challenge. Keep doing what you do, Jeremy. I love your videos. I'll be watching and I will be in your chats. But it is what it is. Yes, I'll be with a new alias because I have been blocked on Jeremy's channel too, because again, Jeremy's afraid of asking questions and talking about what's going on. I hope more people will continue to ask Jeremy questions and can push back. Now, he will probably block you, but okay, I've said enough there. Let's go on to some other videos. Now, I brought up this video. This is Jeff and Teapot talking about Panini and how Select is ruining his $500,000 investment. So first thing I'll say, Jeff, I think it's a little arrogant of you when you make this claim. You could just say they're ruining my investment. The 500K part, I know it's there as a clickbait to get people to watch the video, but it rubs me the wrong way. I just keep hearing you do a lot of, flashy things. And I also, in the back of my head, Jeff, I do think to myself, well, because you have people paying for your thing, so you basically are buying. It's like, I don't know. It just, you know what I'm thinking, right? You know what I'm thinking. It just rubs me the wrong way. That being said, you do you, boo. I don't expect your behavior to change. It's just feedback that sometimes when you're a poor collector, a collector who collects, $100 cards, and you're complaining about a $500,000 investment, what I will tell you is happening. People are actually now cheering for that investment to fail. I'm gonna tell you that. They're thinking in the back of their head, going down, right? That's how people are. There's haters out there who hate because they like to hate, not because they're trying to make things better. But this video is very good because they did some great research from Teapot on the history of Select. when it started, how many rookies, what the course, the different levels were, the different color. At the end of the video in 2020, they point out that select basketball and football have so much color, so many one-on-ones, so much junk in it that both of them are passing on the product. I think that's profound. They also talk about the impact they could have on past years. I absolutely agree. People aren't going to differentiate the fact that 2017 didn't have that, 2018 did. No, they're gonna lump it all into the same junk, wax, shiny card era, right? The era of shiny cards. One thing they left out that Teapot did respond to is in retail basketball, which I haven't seen yet. I believe there's no base cards. There will be all shiny blues, and then you'll have other colors, which again just dilutes the product. Last point on this: we know Panini has said this. They would make as much product as they could manufacture. Like if they had more printing power, they would print as much as they could. There's nothing holding them back because they believe the demand is there to support it. They're not being a steward of the hobby. They've said this. And they've said in the past, what has limited them in the past is the requirement to have autos and relics in a product. We have taken that requirement out now in the hobby. We don't require that to be in there. We're fine opening a blaster box that has no relic, no auto, and we're super excited because it's got a bunch of shiny cards. That is what I'm referring to as a correction in the market that will take place. People will become wise to this, and they'll go, you know what? That's a junk product, man. The shiny cards don't have value. I'm not going to grade them. Cost so much money to grade them. They don't have market value because if I do get it graded, there's a billion of them. It's just, this is a big red flag, and I'm glad that Jeff brought this to people's attention and emphasized the challenge here. Teapot even ends on, he doesn't see this getting better in the future. There's no reason why Panini would limit in the future. Like next year's class would probably have just as many colors, just as many animals. Zoo cards, I think is what they giggily called them. So again, great video. You don't have to watch the whole thing, but I found it interesting. And again, I applaud these gentlemen for bringing this to our attention. Next video I want to talk about. Great video here. Let me go ahead. I want to play this. Well, let me give you a little background. I follow Big Card for a while, okay? I like his videos. I also follow a lot of subscribers, and I try very hard to support as many as I can. And the way I do that is I leave comments, I view their videos, and I do that because I remember when I was a small channel, and a comment, a view, some attention meant the world to me, right? I wanted to break in. I wanted to get someone to bring me on their show. I want someone to shine a spotlight on me. I wanted them to see what I'm doing, and I love small channels. This was a great video because I forget this gentleman's name. What he did is he did a video on the best YouTube channels that he's listening to or following. And I will say I am super excited and honored and humble that you listed being here. Thank you very much. And I've been a fan. I will do whatever I can. He talks about he'd like to have YouTube content creators on his channel. I will absolutely do that. I would be happy, thrilled to come on your show. I'm also very eager to have you on my show because I have a few more viewers and I can help direct those viewers to you. So yin yang, whichever works both for you, we can do both, whatever it is. But I want to help you continue your channel and your success and your journey into sports cards. I really appreciate it. I want to play this clip so you can hear the other channels that he talks about on here.
They want to call Megatron and Snake Eyes and Dad, call me this and call me that, or they make me do silly things. So when he does that, I'm like, yeah, I know what that's like. Anyway, so those are the 11. Please, I'm gonna go through one last time. I'm just gonna say the names. Sports Card Investor, that's the Market Movers also, so it's two channels, Market Movers, the Mangini Collection, Sports Card Daily, that's with Ziggy,
Thank you.
the Comeback Card Investor, number 5 is Sports Card Anonymous,
Another great channel.
Is Neo, Northeast Ohio,
I understand, respect.
Number 8 is
Sasha.
Baseball Card Collector Dealer. And number 9 is Retro Hoop Collectibles. Number 10 is Flipping Steve. And number 11 is the Personal Finance Dad. And all these channels are huge. I'm going to ask.
I'm going to pause this. So one thing he makes a comment. One thing he makes a comment about in this is that he says, please get the word out that I was talking to these channels because he would like to be on these channels. So listen, guys, he referred to Jeff at Sports Card Investor, Mangini Collection, Dakota at Sports Card Anonymous, Dustin with Personal Finance Ed, Comeback Card Investor, Brad. Gosh, I'm missing some. Flipping Steve, and there's 11 of them. But my point is, go listen to this. And if you're one of those content creators who are listening to me talk about him, go give this man a thumbs up. Respect the fact that he appreciates you. If you can, if it's available, possible, please reach out to him and bring him on your show, your platform to support him and offer to be on his platform as he requests in this because he wants to interview us or those content creators. So please do that. I can't stress how important it is, in my opinion, to support these channels and to, again, let's build those strong relationships in the hobby positively. I will say this has inspired me. I'm going to go back. I'm not going to do it right away. I got a lot of things going on, but I want to put together a video of my favorite channels under 1,000 subscribers. Okay. And if you have a channel under 1,000 subscribers, please put a link below in the comments. Let me know about your channel. Whether I'm watching or not, I want to watch it because I want to include it in my list. Because I really do. I'll tell you guys, if you've been following my channel in the beginning, I started my channel in, I think it was May of 2020. And the first thing I started doing was just bringing attention to other channels that I thought was good content. I felt like it's better to give than to receive. I felt like if I keep giving enough in this community, this hobby, that will come back to me in 2, 3, 4-fold. And I believe that it's really gotten to me where I am today. I know, I am a very interesting, controversial person. He refers to me as kind of, the watchdog. I'm not the funny guy. I'm not the most knowledgeable guy, but I appreciate that he watches me and I want to help him. So let's help all those channels. So again, if you've got a small channel, let me know. I'll do whatever I can. Even if you're above 1,000, don't exclude yourself. I want to know. If I'm not following you, I want to know. So thank you guys very much. I think it was awesome. So that's really, let me see. I had some other videos. I'll say I have, I'm at the beach, family and everything going on. I have not had a chance to follow up with everybody. For example, I want to listen to the Bench Clear here with Retail Products and Chris Leroy. Love Chris Leroy. He runs a breaking group in Facebook. He breaks retail product. One of the fun, honest breaking. He knows the retail market space really well. Big fan of what he's doing. So I look forward to listening to that interview later today. And then I always like to listen to Flipping Steve. I haven't had a chance to listen to that. That was yesterday, but I look forward to hearing that because, again, Flipping Steve, your good friend. In fact, he did reach out to me on Instagram. He's in the area. I'm here at Bethany Beach. And I did say I'd love to get together with him, but I have kids and family and stuff. I got my 3 kids here, so I can't really leave my 3 kids with my brother's family and just kind of run away. I would like to meet with you, Steve, and I will. I will at some point in the future. Look forward to grabbing a beer with you, having lunch, chatting, and thanking you for the influence you've had on me in the hobby. So just a quick shout out on that as well. Last things I'll just quickly mention. There's a new tool out here. I think it's called Underdog Fantasy. If you go to Fantasy Football Quest, let me see if I can pull it up for you. He's doing a draft thing, and there's one tonight, and I was trying to get into this, and it's a $5 entry. I wanted to do this, but I'm in Delaware right now. And when I go here to enter it, I hit the $5. It tells me, unfortunately, we do not offer contests in Delaware at the moment, which I think is very interesting. It's using my location. I don't have a VPN with me. Someone suggested using a VPN. So I don't know if I'm able to enroll while I'm here on vacation, but I just thought this was interesting. Fantasy Football Quest. This is Andy. I'm trying to think if I have his channel in front of me real quickly. Let me just pull him up. He is going to be on my channel Sunday night if he's available. Talk a little bit about this draft tool and what he's doing in sports cards. He's also working with Raven Invest, and they're building a really cool tool that looks at trends in what cards are for sale based on performance. So, for example, his theory is kind of like if you're watching a game one night and a player breaks out, you can go use his app and instantly see where that player is available for sale and what's the best place to buy him, which I thought is really, really clever and cool. And I'm really excited about what they're doing. So he's going to come on the show. He's going to talk about this tool here, the Underdog Fantasy Dog. And I mentioned that because go to his page, use his page to link to that because he gets a referral piece for signing up for this. This is a fantasy football platform. This isn't a card platform, right? But I like fantasy football, and I thought I'd bring some attention to that. So I mentioned that real quickly. Also, I will say I have decided to get into this. This is the NFT draft. This is really interesting. And again, I'm not endorsing it or telling you to go out and sign it up, but I think it's kind of cool. They have a Discord channel. I have not gotten involved in that, but you basically buy a card or you buy a card pack. You sync your team, you make a team, you sync it, and then the team performs, and then you can win stuff with your team. You can win, I think, NFTs or packs or something like that. You can win stuff from the company, and they kind of, and I think this is cool too. Like they're not licensed. Like it's not the New York Giants. It's New York Green tight end, right? So it's not New York Blue. It's New York Green tight end. Pittsburgh QB 1, Cleveland kicker, right? Atlanta wide receiver 1. And then you got like running back. I don't know what the colors, if the colors have a difference on them or not. They're little NFTs, but I think this is kind of cool. Again, win, unpack, hodl, grind, trade, even rent. I think, that's interesting. There's a lot of people that actually make money in these gaming technologies where they're like mining stuff or transferring. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but this was one I think is pretty cool. And I'm going to jump into and try to play a little bit. You can still get packs, by the way. Again, not trying to influence you to go buy this. It's up to you. Do you, boo. But you can still buy packs, which I thought was cool. Then you buy. Are all the packs available? That's awesome if they are. This one was sold out yesterday. It appeared to be sold out. I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, I don't know why you need 512 cards. That seems like a heck of a lot of cards. I did a few of these little packs right here. There's 25 card packs. Even this one's, look at that, 250 cards. Wow. Because I think you need 10 players to make a team. I guess people make multiple teams and stuff. I don't know why there's so many packs, but I got a few packs. I'll do a pack opening later this weekend. That's pretty much it. I will say on the Panini front, Panini's made some major advancements on their search capability for searching comps of cards and what's going on in the market space. Let's go ahead. We can reset all these. And you can simply sort by, filter by, I forget how to filter. Anyway, you can see what's kind of buying and selling. It's a cool tool. I like the Panini's made some advancements on this. More to come on their blockchain. I think the Currys were minted this morning. The Curry challenge is minted. There's a new challenge out for Ja Morant. And I think that's a damn sexy card. So this one's got a few more hours. Yeah, an hour and a half. I'm not even going to do this challenge. It's too expensive. I'm not probably going to do this challenge. I'd love to, but I just don't have. And I tell you, it's funny. I could sell cards to. I just love this. I love these cards, these NFTs so much. I don't want to buy more and I don't want to sell more. I can't afford to buy more, and I don't want to sell the ones I have. But I think these are awesomely gorgeous NFTs. So, and UFC is just on fire. It's doing really well. Looking forward to more of NFTs from Panini in the future. Tops. I'm hanging in there with you guys. You still have packs available there. I did see Card Hour open some of these. Again, not recommending anybody get into this stuff. Okay, do not do it. Stay away from the NFTs. Leave it for me. Let me do it, and I'll tell you about it. Live through me. Don't compete. No, I'm just kidding. Do what you want to do. Let's see. I think that's all I was to touch on today. Let's pop out and see if we got any comments or questions from the audience, and we'll go from there. You guys, again, let me just say this, man. I really appreciate you being here. I really do. It means the world to me. You guys tune in, man. It really does. Card Currency, great to see you. Good day, Champ. Global Sports Card, great to see you. DJ, great to see you. Good morning, Ziggy. Sound great. Thank you very much, sir. Nostradamus, let's hear your thoughts on Chris's rebuttal. Again, I just did that, and I love your comments later on it. I think he did a great job of validating what I said, and I think he looks foolish when he makes comments, well, I'm unaware of it. There's only one book, and it's free. He did a video on this 2 years ago. You look great. I will say this. I did not listen to the channel live. I listened to late. I came in late and I listened to some of the comments. I read some of the comments, and it doesn't seem like people cared, right? I don't think people cared. In fact, there were a lot of, oh, I love Josh. I love Chris. They're the best guys in the world. So, it is what it is. I can tell you guys there's a fire there. Don't touch it. People are going to touch the fire. That's all I can do. Jeff had a great video. Yep. See, I hope you guys saw that. We talked about it. Man, I thought it was great too. That was interesting. Good morning, all. Any thoughts on FCG Grading Company? Here's my thoughts on that. Why are they getting so much big press? I haven't looked into them enough. Again, there's so many of these card grading companies out there that it's hard to differentiate. But I know they were picked up by Sports Collectors Daily, which again has wide population. Sports Collectors Daily, the only other grader they've talked about this new is HGA. They haven't talked about any other ones. So I think that was interesting. And the fact that No Nonsense, I believe it was, which has several thousand YouTube subscribers, but I think thousands of podcast people. Mike Geo had them on for an interview. I did not follow the whole interview, but that's what I guess my thoughts are. Is why are they getting so much press? Maybe I need to look into them more. I just don't have an interest at this point in adding another grading company to my list of companies I use at this point. Nothing negative to say. Just that's my thoughts on it. My problem with Jeff is why not just make the video? Why have to talk over and over about? I agree. Absolutely. And again, part of it is that, right? Part of it is he's a marketing person. He's a businessman. He knows he's going to get more views. He talks about his $500,000 investment, right? And this big number that it part of it, and it does, and I agree with you, Card Currency, it rubs people the wrong way. I don't think he needs to do that. And again, part of me sitting there giggling. Well, yeah, I told you not to buy Select. Like I'll say this before. I've never been this big fan of Select. Is great. Select is wonderful. I like Prism. Love Prism. Number 2 for me would be the Optic products because I love the Rated Rookie. That's something that I look back nostalgically from the 1980s. That's why I like that second. I don't like Mosaic. Again, I've played with Mosaic, and I'm not a fan of Select, although I've had some Select cards. So that's just me. And as I've gotten more and more focused, my focus is more to Prism. And this even validates, hey, Prism's been in retail for a while, and they've watered it down. It still holds value. So I'm still a much Prism fan. The baseball game yesterday was great, almost like magical feeling. Really cool opening players coming out. It was very cool. I didn't see the opening part. I was mentioning, I said, I wonder at the end if they're going to have like ghosts come out or, people dressed up or something like that. Here's my thoughts on it. I don't watch a lot of baseball until the playoffs, but I'm here at the beach and we have a lot of things going on. The family and my brother and my sister-in-law, they're the ones that put it on. Like, hey, did you guys hear about this? So I thought that was cool because it definitely brings back people to baseball. And also we started talking about movies. We talked about the fact that they made a baseball field just for this. It's not playing on the same field. We talked about it was what this did is it really brought attention again to baseball and to that movie Field of Dreams. So I really enjoyed that. Good morning, hobby lovers, Mr. Pepino Man. Dude, thank you. I got your email. I'm at the beach. I want to send you an email later on and talk to you about getting your address because I got something I want to send to you. And just keep doing you, Pepino Man. Keep making me freaking roll over laughing. Oh my God, Josh and Chris are living rent free in your head. No, again, they're not rent free in my head, dude, because my head is about, I want to, look, you can say that about alt. Alt's in my head too. Yeah, alt's in my head. Alt bothers me. Collectible bothers me. They're in my head too. My head is clear. It's great. I'm having a good time. And as I'd reverse this, because when I think of them, I get passionate, right? They inspire me. Josh and Chris are like my muse, right? They inspire me. Sancho, grab my armor. If it wasn't for them, man, I wouldn't have something to complain about. Now think about the reverse. Chris and Josh, I'm setting up a camp in their head. I'm throwing a party and banging pots and pans because when they know they have to get on and answer a Ziggy question, like, damn it, when's this Ziggy kid going to go away? So they make up lies. They say stuff like, we look forward to criticism. We think criticism's healthy in the hobby, but you censor it, you block it, so you're a hypocrite. Anyway, not rent-free. Brian, and again, I appreciate you, and it's a good perspective. And when you told me that the first time, I thought to myself, are they doing that? But the more I thought about it and talking to other people, I'm like, no, it's actually the reverse, dude. I'm partying in their head, having a kegger, and they inspire me. They are my muse. You are my muse, Chris and Josh. My muse. Sancho, grab my armor. Bryce Harper, another home run. I know, man. He is lighting it up. Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Nats man. Sorry, late for the game last night. Good morning, all. Great to see you. Thank you for being by. Card Hedge gives no picks. Thank you, Card Currency. Thank you for validating that. Card Currency works with the Card Hedge team. He said to you there are no picks they're giving, and I believe that. It's JD, and I forget the gentleman's name. Is it River? I can't remember. Anyway, when I've seen their videos, they seem like very upfront guys. I like what they're building on the platform. I really think more people should be looking at Card Hedge, by the way. Not endorsing or telling you to go buy it, but to me, I like the fact they have a lot more graded cards or different graded cards. They seem more like that collector's tool. It's not the big one that Market Movers is. It's cheaper. It's more affordable, in my opinion. And I just like what I've seen from those guys. So check them out, man. In fact, I wish I think you should run like a swap, like cancel your Card Ladder account, and we'll give you a free month or free 2 months free of Card Hedge. That's just an idea. You can do with Market Movers here. Cancel your Market Movers or Card Ladder account and get 2 months for free. A great marketing campaign. I don't know if they can do that or not, but just mention it. The whole goal is to be opinion-free and data-driven. Absolutely. That's right. Just give the data. Give them the data and let them make their own decisions. You can explain to them what the data does or show how it does it, but don't sit there and curate data, okay? Because when you're curating data, you got your fingers in my cookie dough, right? Just put the cookie dough on the pan and bake the cookie. Keep your fingers out of my cookie dough. Watched the Carlos vid last night, caught the statement that Chris went to law school, which explains the way he answers questions. Yes, he did. He did go to law school. And like I've said before, Chris is very smart at making people think he's very smart. I can't tell you how people go, oh, Chris blew my mind. Oh, Chris this. I also remind myself a lot of times, the people behind these aliases can be anywhere from like, I don't know, teenager to like, I don't know, 60 years old. And we're all learning, right? I think a lot of his supporters are just young and inexperienced and don't know what the heck they're talking about. So in time, things will change, but it is what it is. That correction will occur. But yes, that's why he does that. It's also a great way to avoid a question. It's hilarious. It is so funny. By the way, I was pre-law back in college. I decided not to do that. I went to IT. My father's a lawyer, so I have some background in law. I understand some of it. Not that it makes a difference. I didn't stay at Holiday Inn last night. Picks on what cards to buy. Find it funny. Baseball card tout service. Mad money. Mad baseball cards. LOL. Teapot is one of the good guys. I agree. And it's not that there's good guys and bad guys. I'll even say this. I don't think Chris and Josh are bad people. I think they're doing bad things. Their behavior is bad. The quality of the human being is probably not a bad person, right? I don't think Chris is a criminal or a bad human being. I even don't think all people are criminals, although I think they should be punished for what they did and they should pay fines. Teapot I like. And the one thing I'll also mention too is Teapot reached out to Jeff when he was a user and got hired by him. And he now works for him. And I think that's a great thing. Like, as I said before, Jeff created jobs. He's created careers. He's created a market. So, yeah, I love Teapot. He was on the show last night live with Brad and Dustin. And I'll be honest, with so much going on, I saw the show, listened for a few minutes, but I didn't have time to really dive into it. I realized that I want to eat the whole thing. So I'm going to probably watch it later on. Maybe listen to it on my drive back later this week. I don't collect anything Panini. I understand. In fact, that's a great point there, that you have to vote with your dollars. Now, I will say that I am big fan of Panini NFTs. I really love them. It brings me joy to collect them. I confess. Double Coverage. What's up, guys? If you're not following Double Coverage, another great channel. Great channel. Love these guys because they put a hustle together. They run a podcast. They're down in Australia. And one thing I really like about Card Hour and about Double Coverage, I love the global perspective. I think sometimes we get so isolated as Americans and we only see what American sees. And it's good to see that, you know what, guys? I want to remind everybody, I say this all the time in my personal life too. We are all human beings first. We share common humanity. And secondly, globally, we then have that collecting relationship or that passion for the hobby. And that's awesome to me. I don't care about what country you're from, what your political backgrounds are, what your religious behaviors are. I just love the fact that we're all humans and we share this passion for collecting. And shout out to you guys, man. Big fan. Hello, Cardboard friends. Cardboard Max, thanks for being here. Again, if you guys have new channels I'm not following, let me know. Getting at the point where buying only numbers is very low pop. I agree with that. But again, one thing they make a point in the videos, there's so many low numbered. Like they discuss the fact that I think in Select now, there's, I forget the number. I'm going to give you a conservative number. There's 10 cards that are numbered to 10, right? Which means there's 100 cards numbered to 10. So when you pull a card that's a gold card, back in the day, there was only 10 of those in Prism, or only 10 of those in Select, or only 10 of those in Optic. And that had real scarce value. Today, there's 10 times however many parallels that are to 10. And that is where we started wearing down. So I still do believe there are more value in those rarer numbers. But even that, we have like basically Panini's listening to that. They go, oh, so they want numbered cards? Freaking A, put numbers on everything, right? What we need to be telling Panini is that we want more autos and we want more relics. We want more tangible quality in the product, right? We've already accepted the fact that we'll take a jersey just because it was laid on the guy's bed, right? It doesn't need to be player one. It could be player put it on his bed, relic. Pop reports are only real tool that are free. It's a very, very astute comment. I would also say eBay is still free. eBay's data is still free. The general data is still free. And another thing that's free is knowledge in the hobby. Most of us don't sell how-to classes. You want to do that? That's fine. I thought that's interesting. In Chris's rebuttal, he goes, well, I support the university system. The university system pays people to pay, come in to pay for their knowledge. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're comparing sports card how-to the university. You live in the United States. You know what? Schools are public. We have public schools. You know why? Because we believe education should be free. We believe that people should be enlightened. If you're a more educated person, you make better decisions. But sure, you go with the whole. That's a great argument, Chris. Not. Good morning, Shane. Thank you for being here, man. Always appreciate you being here. Gary Vaughn. I've changed to collecting autos and low number cards. I think it's a great. I really think autos are a great place to be. I really do. They're more expensive. But I think if you can start hoarding some auto cards, those are going to have real boom for you in the future. Because I also think, here's the thing. I think players are more aware of the fact their autos cost money. So they're being more restrictive on their autos, right? So some of these players come in, like think back to Tom Brady. He was signing autos, I think he said in his video, for like cents on the dollar. He didn't think there's any value in there. Well, today, Lawrence coming out knows that his auto is worth money. So he's charging a lot for it, right? So that's just a perfect example of the market adjusting to auto value. Let's remember the only probably true pop count is that of serial number cards. Absolutely. Because we crack, we break. Absolutely great. Yes, that's why I've changed to buying only numbered and known short prints. Yep. Me too. Smart move. I agree with you guys. See, we're just, and we share that information. Natsman said something, Card Letter or Card Currency agrees with that. We're conferring with each other. We walk out of here more educated. You've got support that other people agree with you. It's positive, in my opinion. Some people sell picks. Some people buy those picks. Some people complain about the process. Gets repetitive to guys. That's DGA. Okay, fair enough. Again, I used to be really brutal about the pick buying. I think it's, I don't like it, but that's not the point I'm bringing up. The point I want to stress is that Josh and Chris make these proclamations that they're different and that they don't sell picks. And even Chris says in his video last night, I find it problematic and a road to unethicality when you're selling picks. I agree. So I'll leave it at that. And I also think, too, that if we, the market, say that, hey, we don't want to buy your picks, we can change that, right? You'll see cards numbered to 50 graded 50, 75 times. Yes, you will. You absolutely will. It's a gold to 50. It's been graded 75 times. Got to get away from listening to so-called experts. Buy what you love and know. Yes. And again, I will say there's a value in listening to experts and getting their point of view and their opinion, right? It helps you broaden your own. But don't listen to an expert as a religion and believe that what he says is truth. It's it's something you're going to take to the battlefield, right? Think outside your box. Good morning, Michael Ham. Always good to see you. One of my favorite channels that's under 1,000 that I would definitely want you guys to go out and check. Man, old school, show me your cards videos are dying. Everyone in the video telling them how to make money investing. You're right. And that is dying. People are bored of that. And again, Pepino Man, what's going to get them is fun, entertaining, collecting videos like you put out. Collecting videos from Mike O, collecting videos from Baseball Card Collector, stories from Baseball Card Collector, Investor, Dealer, right? Those are the things that are going to stick. Those are more evergreen products. People are going to watch that years from now. I think that's where to be. Why can't you resub serial number cards? Makes no difference. Why can't you resub serial number cards? You can. You can resub a serial number card. Didn't say you couldn't. Just destroys a pop report. That's being made. Yep. Pepino Man, spot on, brother. Everyone in the cards, but nobody wants to see cards unless it's about money. I agree. Bobbles and Ball Cards, another great channel, man. He shares his collection. He shares his story. I'm a big fan. I know, and I hope you know that. I know that you love you. I love what your wife Emily does. Becky does. So big fan of you guys. Pepino, love the blind binders. He collected guys, put them away in binders. Should have collected Andy. I agree, dude. I love his binders too. I love him. He's got them categorized. He's putting every set together. So the way I look at it too is like he'll take a sealed box, he'll rip open the sealed box, and he puts those in his binder because he doesn't care about the value of them or keeping them sealed. He cares about building a collection. Collect more cards, man. Is that what it is? I forget what he says. Collect baseball cards every day. I love it. Pepino, we still have to show the cards, but the money gets the views. It's true. It's true. And I will say, I think that's one thing that a lot of collectors felt frustrated with these new channels came on last year, and they'd go from, there's some guys out there grinding for years, had 1,000-2,000 subscribers, and some channels came out and have 18,000, 20,000 subscribers. I'm a low sub channel in many ways. And what I'll say, and I've said this before, don't worry about that. Don't focus on the masses. Focus on quality. You want quality subs. You don't want quantitative subs, at least from my perspective. I know you make more money the more subs you have. You attract more attention when they look at your site and go, he's got 20,000 subs. He must know what he's talking about. I'll sub too. But just keep doing what you're doing, man. That's a goal. Card currency. I did vintage collection video on the lowest viewed video I've had, along with the live on birthday opening packs with my daughter. That's a bummer, dude. You can destroy pop unnumbered cards too. Yep. Wild. Andy is a great guy. Absolutely. Cardboard Max, that's the point I'm making. Pepino Man, true, so true. Folks outside the PC community just want the content buying, selling. These guys have been bringing content, experts repeating as much as I said. I'll say too, I've not seen any content creators call out alt on that whole GDRP thing. Nobody. Another show I missed last night was Go GTS Live. I have to catch up on that. They normally do really good hobby happenings. I'd recommend that if you haven't checked that out. And it's funny, I'm not a fan of the distribution system, but I do like the content that Go GTS puts out, and I like the two gentlemen on the show. And I love to have the hobby happenings portion. This is a junk wax, Eric. Greed killed it. Collectors started thinking they were dealers, destroyed it. Yep. And if you go back to those articles in the Bench Clear Media, you'll see the same articles of the same things where they're saying, yep, the collectors destroyed the hobby, or the investors destroyed the hobby. And this is back in the 1990s, right? It was the investor that made them take bubble gum out of the packs, right? I thought it was a great story. That's been funnier. They buy and sell to each other. You're probably very right. I'm not sure, but it wouldn't surprise me. Bobbles, winner, chicken dinner. Circle. Also, check out Andy's Fantasy Football Card Quest. I do. I love his fart. And here's what I like about him. I've told him several times, man, you should collect basketball cards or baseball cards because they have more value. Football is, it's one of the riskier investments. Like, I collect because I love it. And I'm like, you know what? You do you, boo. I appreciate that. And he's so into it. He's into fantasy football, and I love the way he ties the two together. And I also say this too. When he started his channel, I remember asking him too. I said, dude, what are you going to do in the off season? What kind of content? Because you're only focused on one sport. He's like, I'm going to do more football. And he's stuck to that. He keeps doing football, and I love what he's doing. He told me, he's gotten some people who give him grief about stuff or, give him shade on certain things. And I'm not going to go into what it was. It was minor little things. But I'm like, dude, you're doing great. Just keep doing what you're doing. I love your channel. I love what he's doing. I'm a big fan of Andy there. Pop numbers sometimes are not a factor. Michael Jordan rookies are not rare, but they're expensive in almost all grades. And no matter no one trusts Raw in the high pop counts. Agree. He's very point. Like if it's Raw, there's a reason it's Raw, because there's so many. Like if you have a Michael Jordan card, you have getting graded or it's sitting there being graded. And you're right. That does not, pop counts don't affect that one at all. It's because it's 1986. Yes, very true. Very true. Oh, I just lost my spot. How did I do that? Here we are. I like these comments, guys. We're going to keep rolling. I see you, my Soto and Robles collection, as long as you sell it back to me. And sell it so you can get comps or raise your comps. Blah, 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 blah. You guys are funny. I will say that another thing. I realized one thing I told you, I've been selling cards and I'm continuing to sell cards. I don't share that all with everybody, and part of it I don't share is I don't want, like when I list cards in my Facebook groups, I don't want them to buy it because it's Ziggy. I want them to buy it because it's a great price. I have a trusted name. But one thing I'll say is one of the other reasons I sell there is I am cognizant of the fact that I don't want to influence the comps. Like I don't want to sell cheap, list my cards at cheap, so they sell fast on eBay because I pay fees and everything. I'd rather sell them cheap in Facebook groups so people get value and I get I don't know, I get satisfaction on giving somebody something and I get money. It's a win-win for me. The stuff is manipulated or not. Nah, I'm not seeing SGC move. Yeah, that's because you have all PSA stuff. We know what you're talking about, Theodore. We know what you're talking about. Have any awesome vacation and enjoy the beach, sir. Thank you very much, man. We had a great day. I say I'm with my my 3 sons and my 2 nephews. My nephew is 6 and the other nephew is 1. I love being with my kids. That's what I'm saying. I know sometimes I look really, really like, oh, Ziggy, you guys calm down. In my personal life, I've got challenges. I've got things I battle, but my family is awesome. And I'm very appreciative to have that. Market is looking strong. Price is trending up. Interesting. I thought, I think it was AIH Sports calls it the dead cat bounce. I do think that's what's happening. We'll see. And even Top Shot has been rebounding lately. And Top Shot, in my opinion, is just it's sad. One thing I will, again, I'll applaud Top Shot is if it wasn't for Top Shot, a lot of people wouldn't be in NFTs. Top Shot made NFTs more hip than probably anything else that I've seen in the last year. WW, I may need your NFT knowledge later today available. Absolutely. It's a little more challenging day for me. Hit me up on IG. I also have my Panini NFTs channel, but I would love to help you. And I want to share more knowledge about NFTs. I want people to learn about it, not buy in them to chasing money. I want you to learn about them. They didn't want SGC or any other vendor to move up because it kills them in that pride. Pride is an MFR. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. And I have to say, I think you're a fool if you don't think SGC is gaining space. They really are. They've been able to keep their system running and purring. They're running the machine very well. And I applaud Peter, who I've been critical about the past. So it's only a matter of time. Because again, I personally think that 10 years from now, when you pull these out of the slabs or pull out your slabs, you're like, oh, PSA, oh my God, those are the guys who graded anything. Oh, you have an SGC slab? You have a Beckett slab? Oh, that's a pretty cool custom slab. Those are going to be the ones that I think in the future will have more interest, I'll say. Cards and moving prices have come down, which is good. Select is still great pre-2018. I don't disagree with that. I just think the challenge is it's going to be hard for people to remember what the line was drawn. Finally got 50 cards back from CSG, 3 months, door to door. Super excited. I'm looking forward to that. Is that the card submission you were, I think, on your channel? What about LNG? That's the new grading company, Larry NFT Grading. I love it, Larry. In fact, I'll tell you, Larry, I want to print some of my NFTs and just put them in cases so I can have them in my house. And if they get lost or stolen, I don't care because it's just a piece of paper to me. It's not the real NFT. My real NFTs are protected. I love it. LML, your YouTube is based off look at me. YouTube, it is. I mean, I've been guilty of that as well. I try to do stuff to, hey, look at me. I know that if you do the look at me videos, you get more views. So do you think Optic will overtake Prism because of the history of Rated Rookie? I don't know. I'll tell you, when I came to the hobby, I kept asking myself, why don't people like this more? Why aren't they more into Rated Rookie? Another thing about Donruss Optic is it has its little baby brother, Donruss, right? So you can get the paper cards. They're more affordable. You think they would get more kids involved in it. I don't know. I mean, I love Prism now, but I was not a Prism fan in the beginning. They've just done a great job of marketing it. Prism brand, I think, is what it is. And they've expanded that brand in so many ways. But I agree. I personally like Optic. I do like Optic. I think, like I said earlier, I like Prism more. But I have a warm spot in my heart for the Rated Rookie. What the heck's this doing for? Oh, that's not, I don't have to worry about that. That was a meeting that got canceled this morning. And look at my cards, LOL. I hate on base cards. People can afford them. Just the price is a waiver price. I agree. I used to give away my base cards, even base rookies. I'd give them away to the Boys and Girls Club because I didn't want them, but I didn't want them to go to waste. And people aren't going to be doing that because they're worried about giving away money right now. If you don't like it, don't looky. Look at my video games. Look at my flush my turd down the look at me flush a turd down the toilet. I did see a great video on throwing cards into the water and seeing how the impact was. I'm a looking and I'm a liking. Thank you, man. Why does collectible rub you the wrong way? Curious here. I'm not a fan of the fractionals. I don't think the fractionals are helping us expand the hobby base. I think the fractionals, first of all, every fractional makes money whether the card goes up or not because they make money on transactions. So that kind of bugs me because they try to play there. I'm going to make the hobby better. What I didn't like about collectible, here's my beef with collectible. When Ezra came on about the Babe Ruth card that they were going to sell 1% of and claim its valuation is a $6 million card, that irks me because I think that's a way you can start manipulating price value of cards. If you can only sell 1% of it and you can claim that the other 99% therefore has the same market value, that's a slippery slope, right? If you're going to do that, you need to sell a bigger portion of that. I mean, I don't think a stock company can do that. You can't come out and send 1% of your stock and then claim that the other 99% of the valuation is X because of that. Because you're creating this false scarcity, right? The other problem I have with collectible and Ezra, and I don't think anybody's asking this, is the person who had that card, did they come to collectible or did collectible solicit them? And my belief is collectible solicited them. And this is what bothers me. Collectible, these other companies, that they're trying to build more and more content to sell so they can have more money off transactions because they don't care about the card going up or down. They just want to make money. I understand that. Soliciting them, in my opinion, is a dangerous slope, right? I don't like that. It just rubs me the wrong way. And like I said, I think the collectible market or the fractional market will crash in the future. Even to the point where people says, well, I just want to have a piece of it so I can say I have a piece of the Mano card. But if the Mano card gets sold out and you don't own it anymore because 90% of people want to sell because all they wanted was money, then you're not really collecting. You're just taking advantage of the moment and trying to make money as fast as you can. And again, when money is your main motivator, you'll quickly defend anything, right? Well, if you don't stand up for something, you fall for everything, right? So if you're not going to stand up to some of these things, you start falling into, well, I'm just making money. Hey, I'm making money. So I don't know. I'm just not a fan of fractionals. I know a lot of people like the fractionals. They think it's a great thing for the hobby. Oh, and they bring more people. I'm going to disagree. And I do think they will have a limited run. I'll put it this way. Rally Road, I don't think there's as many fractional cars as they used to do. Right. I think that that's why I heard about them earlier. They used to do fractional cars. Buy a piece of this, I'm trying to think of a car that's worth a lot of money. I'm blank. But I just think that's a declining market. And again, I don't like that they're soliciting collectors to sell that. How many freaking patches are there? Handicapping the colors so much. Well, again, when it's not game worn. Like there's a limited number of games that happens. A limited number of game worn jerseys. Long-term 2020 Immaculate would be close to worthless. I don't want a patch that doesn't associate with the player at all. I haven't even followed that, but I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. That's a concern. Jeff Wilson, infomercial every day. It is an infomercial. He's definitely selling his platform and he sells the companies he works for. He sells the sponsorships. As an example, he's an eBay sponsor. So he talks about eBay in his show all the time. He works at PwC, so he talks about PwC all the time. If he's working with them, you're right. He does do commercial for them. I'm not going to lie. Businessman, again, it is what it is. I appreciate how passionate you are and everything you do for the hobby. There's a lot of greedy snakes out there. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, sir. I really appreciate Grunt Dad Sports Cards. Thank you. I mean that. I get a lot of those comments privately. Getting them publicly means a lot. Sasha T, no video since the air. I thought he had something out, but maybe you're right. Sasha T has been insanely quiet. I feel like I sold my collection. I'm investing in new things, videos coming out. I don't think so. I don't know. We'll see what he does. And we're all watching too, right? Ryan Zimmerman for HOP, Bobbles Ball Card. Love. Thank you, man. Thank you. Sasha T, none of you YouTubers have commented on this video. Get along, gang. Good morning, Trevor. Good morning, man. Hope you're doing well. Extreme Cards at 11 p.m. tonight. Guys, know your stuff. Again, great channel. So it's Friday night. Friday night's challenging for me. I normally don't watch live content, and I do want to eventually be on Extreme Cards. He's talked about that. I'd love to be on his channel. So I do recommend checking him out. He's on tonight. Because Carlos will be on tonight with Bobby Burrell. Another great show to watch. What else is on Friday nights? Those are the two I can think about real quickly. Collector, what's happening is always a little late. Catch the beginning, go back and watch the beginning. Enjoy the content every day. Thank you. Even though we might not agree, I agree, man. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate your perspective. I appreciate you challenging. Keep doing that because we do need the criticism. I accept it and I welcome it. Below Cards Forum knows their stuff. Yes, they do. Blowout cards form is very strong. I don't like blowout cards. I don't like the distribution, but this form is the best form in the hobby. They do some phenomenal research. They are a very good place to be. Really big fan. Colleges are also kind of a scam. It's all about who you know, which I'm not going to disagree with you that, man. My opinion of college is it's the best thing about college is you learn to socialize, meet people, network. I don't know if we should be paying the money we're paying for college degrees, because also another thing, no one fails in college anymore. No one fails in school anymore. So if you send your money in and you show up every day, you're gonna get a degree, right? And then also people who hire aren't looking to hire you, and that's not always the case, but they're not looking to hire you based on your GPA. They're like, oh, you have a degree? You went to XYZ school? Come on over, right? So it's funny. I've got 3 boys who will be looking at college soon, and oh, that'd be interesting. Look up cards to see what they just sold for as the highest sales. It's true, Theodore. Whether it's, did you see Extreme's new case? It's sick. I did not. I did see the video that was listed, but I did not watch that. Just didn't call it a Pelican. Pepino Man has the best Pelican case. Pepino Man should trademark that. I highly recommend a podcast called Sports Card Nonsense. Good stuff. Interview the Graded Company. Yep, I've listened to them. Mike Geo's a good guy. I like his channel. He's a little bullish, a little bullish. He reminds me a little bit of Cage over at Sports Car at Lucas Tigers and Bronze. New Yorkers, right? New Yorkers got some bravado. They got good podcasts going. They're building out a YouTube channel. So definitely appreciate them. The hobby will be fun and long-term reflectors. Just way too many guys. I agree. The hobby's not going to be bad. In fact, I wouldn't ever leave the hobby. I'll put things on pause and I'll watch and I'll participate from my side. I don't have to buy cards to participate in the hobby. But they will be here. It will be here. And that's something too. I know my sons aren't into it now, but I know my grandchildren will get exposed to it because my sons were in it at one point. And that makes me feel warm and fuzzy. 1,000 video views, about $2. Nothing more than a handful of nickels and dimes. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. It's like a talk show circuit in some of the YouTubers. It is like a talk show circuit sometimes. Ziggy, you should do a list of channels to watch on your other social media. That's a good idea. I did some of those last year on like my top channels, and it's funny. One of my top channels I recommended last year. So last year, my top 3 channels was the Hobby Hotline, which I got booted off of. Jeremy Sports Card Live, which I'm now blocked on, and Baseball Card Collector Investor Dealer, who still does like me. I'm a big fan of his. And I just think it's funny that I recommended Hobby Hotline, and I was booted off there, and Jeremy blocks me. But I still do. I'll still tell you this, guys. Those are still great channels. Like, just because I have beef with them, I'm not going to tell you not to use them. Hobby Hotline's a great place to get access to great collectors, great people with knowledge. I also tell you, if you're new to the channel, you want some FaceTime, dial in. You get to put your name up there. You can tell them, hey, check out my channel or check out my IG, whatever it is. So it's a great way to self-promote. And Jeremy still does some great conversations with people in the hobby that you want to learn about. There's great, great content there. So I appreciate that. Oh, low pop spot. That's true. You do you, boo. That's right, baby. You do you, boo. Neo just jumps around looking and jumping at someone's chat when his book's coming out. Again, Neo does Neo. I think here's one thing. I do think Neo's learning. I think he's adjusting. I think he's getting the feedback, right? He's kind of backtracked on his SGC comments. One of my most disliked videos was when I pulled the material out of a relic card. I love that, though. Actually, I think it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. What's inside, right? Hi, Texas Card Dude. That's right. Texas Card Dude's in the house. PSA is best for short-term flips and liquidity. Long-term CSG, SCGC, and custom labels will win, in my opinion. Not a bad point. Right? Not a bad point. And I'll say it very quickly here. So in the short term, you could be buying those CSG, GS, whatever cards and holding them, right? And again, there's just so many options out there. I think that's one good thing as a consumer. We have a lot of choices. Would be interested in knowing how many of these info channels actually collect cards. I think they do, but I don't know. I think they do collect cards. I think it'd be unfair not to. I'll tell you this. I probably collect less cards than many of those channels do. Because like I've said before, I haven't collected anything in the last few months except for NFTs. My last transaction that I recall that I've logged was on March 30th. And I think I also bought some Moment mega boxes on Target in the morning, which I also point out, there's a lot of channels still chasing Target retail, man. Money, even as a dealer. I still have a small PC collection. And I applaud that. So Texas Card Dude, right? He is moving into the dealer position. So he's trying to make money, but he does it very ethically. This man has high ethical standards. I applaud him and I respect him. I also met Jason through his thing. Jason and his son, they're running a sports card business. I applaud that. I support that. I'm not against people making money. I love that. And I love the fact that guys like this do it honestly and they think about other people and they care. Sasha is cleaning pools today. I don't think he is. Theodore, yes, he does. Jumps around, all views and clicks. I don't see Neo in my chats recently. Neo, if you're out there, man, good to see you. Do you create custom cards, Pepino Man? Texas card, dude. I do, but just for fun. That's awesome. I do like some of those. What are your thoughts on the chrome material shortage? I see prices are going up. Retail flippers, Panini now. Thanks. I don't know about that. I wasn't aware of that. I do know that there are shortages in the supply chain. I don't think it would impact enough where we should be like buying more of it. I don't know. I also think that's a great story that could help Panini kind of say, oh, there's limited amount of chrome. I don't know. I don't even know what they make, how they make chrome out of. It's got to be chemicals, right? So it is interesting if that's the case. I just don't have enough to give you a good answer. Pepino opening cards to Tupac. Absolutely, dude. I love his music. I just love his energy. He's a positive person. He's fun. Bigger question is shortage of plastic and the potential impact on grading. Yeah, that's the top loaders, plastic. Absolutely, man. No bashing Hobby Hotline now. And again, not bashing Hobby Hotline. And again, my challenge here was that Jeremy apparently complained to Drew, and Drew asked me to leave. So I'm not on Hobby Hotline as a guest, as a host anymore, which I think it's Hobby Hotline's loss. That's me though. But I still do participate, and I still have an impact, and I still appreciate many of the guys that are on that channel. And like I just said, I do recommend you check that out. Jeremy had a fan, Bill Mastro could come, and we could just throw him softball questions. Yes, that'd be good. I'm not an expert in the field. I keep hearing there's a huge plastic shortage. I've heard that as well, which we just mentioned. So I don't disagree with that. Like, what was they saying? Penny sleeves are going to be called nickel sleeves. You got any nickels? Yeah, I got a couple nickel sleeves. Does that make the value of my card go up? Topps has some issues printing some recent products allegedly. FYI, Panini might have a better supply. I don't know. Interesting. All right. 200 card savers. One for $25.99 on Amazon. Wow. Okay, guys. We've come to the end. We're about an hour. Really appreciate everybody. It is Friday. I'm going to not be talking or dropping any content today. Probably not dropping any content tomorrow. I do plan to be live Sunday night. It will be open mic. So if you're out there and you want to come on the show, everyone is welcome. Fans, critics, haters, whatever it is, you're welcome to that show. I'm planning to have Andy start the show as talking about the fantasy football. And we're talking a little about fantasy football. It's going to be a football conversation night. So feel free to join if you can. Love to have you guys there. According to my insider, there is a big shortage. Yeah, I think there is too. I'm not going to disagree with you on that. And I actually have a lot of used top loaders that I've held on to. Maybe I can share some with some friends if they need it. Guys, again, treat people the way you want to be treated, including you, Ziggy. Bye.